Hey there and welcome to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Andrew, a lover of all things technology, philosophy, finance and investments. And that's actually what really happens in this channel. We discuss anything around those topics. So pretty much anything goes. Let's actually get started on today's topic. And today's discussion is actually inspired by a documentary I watched over the weekend. And that's on The Social Dilemma. That's on Netflix. And it's pretty much just around social media and how it's eating up our time and making us use up our time unproductively, and how we don't realize this, how it's kind of making us into slaves of these platforms and we're not really conscious about it. And this got me thinking a lot, and it's something that's actually close and dear to my heart because I really value my time, and I believe anyone values their time because it's the most important asset. I'm sure you've heard that statement quite a number of times, that time is our most important asset and we have to use it wisely, because you do not get back time. You cannot save your time, you cannot invest your time somewhere so that it compounds and grows. So time is guaranteed to be spent and used. So the question is, how do we use it wisely? And the issue around social media is that a lot of time we spend on these platforms is not being used wisely. And I believe that's true to some extent. I'm not really bashing social media. I think it has its benefits. It's a good thing, to be able to reach to someone across the country or across the globe in the touch of a button. That's insane. That's unbelievable. And I believe that's something that, that's really helping people either to connect with friends and family, or even just grow their businesses and do a lot of important things in this world. However, the flip is actually true that we can just use a lot of time unproductively on social media. How many times actually have you opened TikTok or Twitter or Instagram and just scrolled endlessly, and before you know it, 30 minutes, 1 hour is gone? And that 30 minutes, 1 hour could have been spent doing something else, whether it's growing your business or just learning something new, or even just doing something else that's more fun and enjoyable to you, whether it's spending time with your spouse or significant other, or even your friends and family. So the question is, how can we take back the time and make sure we keep that time and make sure that social media is not intruding into what is productive time for us? So I just came up with 3 broad ideas around this. And the first thing is that you definitely have to enable screen time or digital well-being, or whatever it's called, on your devices. So I know on iOS and Apple devices, there's basically this feature that you can enable that enables you to see how much time you're spending across different apps. And this is actually very important when it comes to social media platforms, because you can see specifically how much time you're spending on, say, Twitter, on Instagram, YouTube, on pretty much everything. And it's quite revealing, because I know for myself, I used to think I was quite, thorough in how I was spending my time. But I was shocked to find out that I was spending upwards of maybe 4 hours, actually 4 to 5 hours per day on YouTube. And that's insane if you actually just think about it. 4 to 5 hours is a lot of time. And that's pretty much like half of a working day. And I used to spend all that time on YouTube. Sure, some of it was spent productively, but a large chunk was spent on videos that were not adding any value to my life, really. The second thing, and it's actually something I've been thinking about a lot, is that you need to spend a set amount of time in your day away from these social media platforms, or generally away from any device. Easier said than done, because these devices have become part and parcel of us. You can't be away from your phone for too long, because people might try to reach you. There could be an emergency. So don't do away with them completely, but you need to set a certain period of time during your day. Maybe you can start with like 15 to 30 minutes, whereby you're doing something else completely away from any device. So no TV, no laptop, no iPad, no phone, pretty much nothing. And just make sure you're spending that time doing, a hobby. Maybe you're learning to play an instrument, maybe you're doing art, maybe also just reading and learning something new. Just do something else and just make sure that you make that into a habit. So every day at a certain point in time, just make sure you unwind and just disconnect from all these devices, and just make sure you doing something fun and interesting to you using that time. And the third point is that you should actually be able to do some mundane tasks without your mobile phone. It's quite easy to get trapped into this habit of peeing while just browsing Instagram or Twitter, or doing something like eating while watching TV. But can you do it without any device? It's quite difficult, really, because I know I'm so used to watching something while I'm eating. When I'm eating just while doing nothing and just focusing on the food, it seems so odd. And I'm sure a large majority of people don't do that. They watch something while they're eating. So I challenge you actually to try and go to the washroom without your phone. Just go there, do your business, focus on your business, but no phone, nothing at all. Eat, just focus on the food, try and feel the flavors and all that, and just don't be doing something else while eating. And in conclusion, I just think that it's important to make sure that you're striking a good balance between how you're spending your time and how you're enjoying your time as well. Because I'm not saying that all these social media platforms are bad. It's good to find out what friends are doing. It's good to connect with other people. It's also good to just laugh once in a while by looking at memes and funny videos and all that. That definitely has a place in our lives. But the thing is, that should not be the key focus of our lives. That should not be such a thing that takes a huge chunk of our lives, and we should be conscious about it. So it's all about being conscious. At the end of the day, you need to know how much time you're spending on, whether it's YouTube, whether it's Twitter, whether it's Instagram. You need to know how much time you're spending on those platforms, so that you're not surprised that you find at the end of the day you've spent 2 hours on Twitter and you don't know how that time went. So be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. If you have anything to share, please do so in the comment box down below. I'd love to hear your opinions. If you found this video useful, please share it with your friends and family members. It's good that we also just be proactive in making good use of our time. So that was it. Thank you. Catch you in the next one.